Hi, it's Gary Leonard again for another segment in, I guess, knowledge. Yeah, obviously it's not mine, it's going to be somebody else's, but I'm always good with that. Today I am privileged to have my daughter with me. This is Shea Mendez. She's a personal trainer up in the Seattle area, and today we're going to ask a little bit about what started her off, why she got into the weights, which really hasn't been that long, 7, 8, 9, 10 years maybe, about that. But, and then what she sees in the people that she trains, how she gives them information to help them keep coming back, and how you might be able to use some of this information to get through those sticking points when you want to quit. So, yep. Shea, let's start back with a little bit of your high school career, and then after that, and then what brought you up to Seattle.
All right, well, you and Mom were great examples. You always encouraged Addison and I to go out and play. Addison is my older brother, super cool, and he did sports, so I wanted to do sports. So I got into volleyball and track. I was a hurdler in track, just like Dad. And unfortunately, during my sports, I had some pretty severe injuries. But, being an athlete, it has the ability to train around and through injuries, right, Dad?
There you go. We'll talk about that later.
Heard that all the time. But it really is true. So I stayed persistent, and my athletics kind of just transformed into weightlifting because I wanted to be strong. I was tired of being weak and getting hurt.
So when you left Santa Fe, I won't forget this, we were already, I think, we were gone, right? We were living up here in North Idaho.
You guys left me there.
And, yeah, we just left you there. Well, okay, pushed a little bird out of the nest. And you just decided at one point you had some events go on, and you just left Santa Fe and moved, nothing legal. There weren't, no jail time or anything like that associated with the events that I'm aware of. Anyway, she moved up here and started a career with Gold's Gym as a receptionist, right?
Yep, I was an operations manager. I ran the front end. So basically I was the face of the gym. I got to greet people, ask them how their day was, see what they were working out, and my boss at the time told me that I was like the doorbell of the gym, and if I had a bad day, I couldn't let them know it because they already have enough obstacles not to come, and I couldn't be one of them. And that really stuck with me now, too. So
then you're working at the gym, and what made you start lifting?
I was lifting already, but I didn't like how I felt. I felt weak. I didn't eat enough. I made a lot of dumb mistakes that a lot of people who don't really know what they're doing when they start did. Like, you eat less, you weigh less, right? Not always the case. So I made a lot of mistakes, and then I finally got around a group of great people, and they helped me get stronger and eat, which was wonderful. And it was really cool because I got to see instant progress, not necessarily in how I looked, but like one week I would lift a certain amount of weight, and the next week I would lift 2.5 pounds more. Instant progress. And it kept me going back because I'm like, oh, let's see what I can do next week. And then the next week. And let's see, I still, I had to learn and got a few injuries because I overdid it. But overall, it was really cool to see, strength training was really fun because I kept getting to see, I didn't used to be able to do this thing and now I can. So it's almost like instant gratification, which isn't common in the gym if you look at it as far as oh, I want a 6-pack. We'll talk about that another time.
Well, I'll tell you, Mike is a segment that's been posted on the YouTube channel.
Yep.
And he talked a little bit about how people will use a mirror or a scale as their measurement for how their successes are. And the mirror and the scale can be decent measurements. They're good benchmarks,
they can also be deceptive.
They can be very deceptive. The mirror. I always told people as a bodybuilder that the mirror is that's my measurement. I can look in the mirror and I can see how I look. I can see where I got my issues.
Well, for your sport, that was true.
Yeah, in bodybuilding, that is pretty much true. But with you, it was strength, and you were making constant progress. I think one of the things we were talking a little bit earlier about some motivation. So let's get back to this. Okay, Santa Fe, you moved up here, you worked in Gold's, you became a trainer for Gold's.
Yes.
Okay, and that kind of, you became certified, correct?
Through NASM.
Through NASM and the certification.
Yeah.
And then you left Gold's and you went out on your own.
Yes.
Own, right? So tell me the name of your business and the website.
So it's Own Fitness, and the website is ownfitnesspnw.com.
That'd be Pacific Northwest, PNW. Yes?
Yeah, we're in Seattle.
Yeah, just PNW,
Yeah.
.com.
.com.
Okay. And so if you want to, communicate with Shea or see what she has to offer, go to that website. You got some other things going on too, like you have videos
There's
on
things
there.
in the works.
There's things in the works. Okay, and I know you have Facebook updates and that type of stuff. But especially if you live in the Seattle area, I don't think you're going to find a better trainer than Shea. And her schedule now, yeah, the dad,
Not biased at all.
Yeah, but she is one of those trainers like Mike Davis that truly has your best interest at heart. They want you to succeed. They will help you. You just have to be realistic and talk to them about what your goals are, and they'll help you establish goals. I mean, I was telling Adrian, your husband, about lowering people's expectations and stuff.
Nicely.
My own. I just lower my own. I try and lower other people's expectations of me. That way I don't have to live
That
up
way
to
they're
them.
never disappointed.
Yeah, and I did a really great job with you, right?
Yeah.
We left you. You left me. So, right now with your training, you have how many clients about?
Between 30 and 50 at any given time of year.
Between 30, that's a lot of clients. So, with that type, you probably trained a couple of hundred people by now in your career as a trainer.
Yep.
What would you say are the 3 top reasons that people come to you?
So big life events, sometimes it's a divorce, sometimes it's a new relationship, a new baby, big life events where people want to make a change in their life. Other things are hectic, so they might as well get this started then too. Another one is health issues. So you had an injury, you had a heart attack, cancer. I've had all these people come to me before, and they want to prevent it from happening again. They want to recover from what they've had and prevent it further by any means necessary, and getting fit and healthy is one of their ways that they do that. And then the other one is they want to start out, but they just don't know what to do. Like, they like the idea of going to the gym and of being strong, but they have no idea how to get there, and there's so many videos of fails and memes, and they're just terrified of being that. So sometimes you need a little bit of help getting started.
And I will tell you from my personal experience, being on the other end, being one of those factors that intimidate people. When I was big, I was pretty loud. I tried not to drop weights. I tried to have good gym etiquette, but I would still.
Just your appearance can be intimidating by someone.
Yeah,
if you have muscle.
and then also if you go into a gym and there's a lot of weights and iron and stuff. Mike had a concern. He goes, people walk in here and he goes, they're intimidated just by the weights that are in the gym.
Yeah.
And it can be confusing seeing all those things, and you can help bring simplicity to that.
Yep.
Which comes to mind now, the 4 things that I talk about on every one of my videos. There's 4 things that my 50 years of experience have told me will help you get through all these things. And I told this to my brother Scott, who's a pastor, and he said, that sounds like marriage counseling. So I guess you can apply these to pretty much a lot of things in your life. But 1, keep it simple. Keep it simple. Okay. 2, keep it fun. And being fun means don't take yourself too serious. I quit bodybuilding because it was not fun for me any longer. Okay, that I lost that fun part. The 3rd thing is be persistent. Keep coming back. It works if you work it. I know some of you out there know what I'm talking about with that. And then 4, be patient. Okay, and realize that you may set some outrageous goals in the mirror side, on the scale side, that may be unrealistic. But what if you make other tremendous progress in that time frame where, in 3 months, you may not have lost 40 pounds like some people that, 2 hours a day in the privacy of your own home, in 2 weeks you can lose 14 pounds, 18 pounds. Those don't last. Yeah, I know, and my daughter, I'm sure that big sigh means that she's had to put up with that. But, keep it simple, keep it fun, be persistent, and be patient. Those things, focus on those, and never take yourself too seriously, and beware of those who do.
Yep.
So when you have you've got these people that are coming to you,
Mm-hmm.
and you give them programs for a given period of time, and you kind of bring them along. You
Mm-hmm.
progress each one individually. You're not a blanket, a rubber stamp.
No, it's
Here's workout. Go do that. Come back to me when you're done.
it depends on what their goals are. It depends on what they've done in the past, how they move. So when we first meet, we talk about their health history, any sort of injuries they've had. We take them through a few movement assessments just to kind of see how their body is, if there's any muscle imbalances or compensations that need to be addressed, because everyone's a little bit crooked, and that's fine. But we talk about what they want out of it. So I always ask them, why are you here? And they tell me their reasons, and then we figure out a way to design a program for that. So one lady wants to be able to wrestle with her big dog, and that's a quick way to my heart. And so we're just going to make sure that she's strong in all of the weird ways and just make sure that she can live a long, happy, healthy life.
Wrestle with her big dog.
And wrestle with her big dog.
And not get bit.
I don't know her dog, but I can't control that. I can just control that she won't get like a torn knee by rolling around with her dog.
I can. When I first signed up in 1967 in a gym, it was $25 for 3 months. Guy gave me a workout card, said, "Here, do this. Come back when you're done." That was my introduction into it. Fortunately,
Kept you going.
I had a big brother that worked out in the gym. He's the one that kind of got me into weights, and I had some big guys come and help me. And granted, maybe not everything they told me was right, but it got me started.
It got you started and
And
kept you
also,
going.
I felt like I was part of that
It's part of the
gym.
community.
Yeah, it's a community. It's a healthy community, and if you don't judge, right?
No.
Yeah.
The only thing actually, yeah, I do. If people don't put in the effort that they can, I'm judging you. Because why are you here? I want people
Yeah.
to come in. If you're trying and you still can't do a certain thing, like if you try your hardest and still can't do a push-up, that's okay. We'll get there. But if you're just giving up, then I judge you. Because why are you here? I'll dig into it a little bit more before I'm just like, you failed. But I don't want people to give up on themselves, and I'll do everything I can to help them not do that. But if they're coming in and half-assing every workout, then it's a waste of their time, and I don't want to waste their money. So I need people to be willing to make a change. I do. I tell them,
Look,
yeah.
this is not working out. You're wasting your money with me right now. You're not going to get the results you want.
It's only ever happened with one client out of however many I've had. But it really was, I just wasn't the right fit for them. They wanted someone who was just going to give them an excuse to
Like a cheerleader?
No, not even that. They wanted someone to be like, oh, it's okay, you can't do that because you're not meant to.
Oh.
I'm not okay with that.
Okay. So of the people that come in, you had those reasons that you listed. Which are the ones that have the most potential to actually change their life and increase their quality of life and stay with it? Make those changes and then stick with it year after year after year after year after year. People that have made that change and they're coming in consistently. And which group of people do you think have more propensity for that?
Honestly, all of my clients. So because they seek me out, they already know that they're willing to make a change. And so whether it's they're making a change of everything in their life, or if they're just coming into the gym like twice a week for a couple years and they just like keep doing that and they never really push themselves any harder, it's still a win because they're not getting any worse. They're not going to get any downfall from only coming in twice a week. They're still getting better than if they didn't come in at all. So something's better than nothing. I think the ones that come in that have been active before and had an injury or something like that have a greater propensity to like get back up to where they were because they've already been at that high level.
Okay.
So, or the people who've had serious health problems, I'm just going over everyone again, but the people who've had serious health problems and have had a doctor basically tell them you're going to die if you don't make lifestyle changes, usually they do. But
I've seen people like that make those life changes for about the 3 or 4 months and then
Yep. And then
and
they
then fall
slowly
off the
slip
wagon,
back
yeah.
into their ways because they overdo it during those 3 or 4 months, and then they're like, well, now everything hurts, and I just need to give myself a rest, and that rest turns into months long, and then they come.
for eternity until
Yeah.
they die. Yep.
Yeah.
So that
Wasn't a direct answer. Sorry.
the people that do, there's got to be a common factor.
They have realistic goals. Those are the ones that do the best.
They have realistic goals,
And it's
those
not
goals are
necess-
subject to change. So they can actually
Yeah.
make their goals like, okay, I've achieved this goal, now I want to go on to another one. And you help people establish their goals. correct?
Everyone that comes in has a primary goal and a secondary goal, and the primary goal is the one that you want to accomplish within like the first 3 months. So that could be coming to the gym twice a week for 3 months. That could be their first goal. Secondary goal could be I want to hike Mount Rainier. And that's a long-term goal. That could be years away, but that's the next thing that they want to work towards. And so once they've accomplished the two times a week for 3 months, if that was their goal, then we set another small goal. So you want to set attainable goals that you can actually do in a time frame. So it's not like having a six-pack is not necessarily an attainable goal in a certain amount of time frame because there's so many other factors outside of what I do that I can't control. I can encourage them to like make healthier choices and drink water and do other things, but they have to take care of that. I can help assure them that they're going to be safe. Like, if you want to be able to do a push-up, pull-ups are the big thing that people come in. Everyone thinks you're just supposed to be able to do pull-ups, and so they want to, and that takes work. And
Yeah.
it depends on how much work you do is how fast you'll get to your goal.
So that's a pretty simple process, it sounds like. I mean, you work with them and you say, okay, well, what are your goals?
Yep.
And you kind of guide them. So if they say, and I remember, this goes back to a story, and I don't know if this is true or not. I believe it because Arnold Schwarzenegger was a pretty quick-witted guy. But a guy at one of the seminars said, you know, hey Arnold, how long will it take me to look like you? And Arnold went, 3, maybe 4 generations. So, you know, I mean, that was realistic for that guy because that guy had no chance of ever looking anything like Arnold. Of course, most people would never look like
Most people
Arnold because he's
wouldn't.
still a genre bodybuilder. You know, I mean, he started that whole thing. And Arnold, we've met. I hope you're doing well. I've seen some stuff regarding some promotions that you're doing, and more power to you, brother. Hang tight. So,
Yeah.
baby, thank you very much for the 15 minutes we've been talking here.
Thanks.
And I wish the best for you. All of you out there, remember the 4 things. Keep it simple, keep it fun, be persistent, and be patient.
Thanks.
Thank you.